Okay, welcome back to class again. Are you there, Slavana? Hello. You're on mute. So, 10 minutes is over. So, let's think about symbiosis. Sometimes two quite different organisms live and function together in a close association for the benefits of at least one of them. Hello. 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 The faculty to symbiosis, obligate symbiosis. Hello. 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 Oh, sorry. I'm calling here. I'm talking. Okay, sorry. I'm back. Okay. Thank you for replying within 1 or 2 minutes. Otherwise, it would waste a lot of time. Okay, I think I sent WhatsApp to you to join back. Okay. Right. Okay. So I shared my screen. Everything is okay. Live is streaming. No problem. Right. Thank you. So come back. So there is symbiosis. Symbiosis. Okay. So sometimes two quite different organisms live and function together. Sometimes two quite different organisms live and function together in a close association for the benefit of at least one of them. Okay, at least one of them. So this is symbiosis concept. So close and long-term relationships between two different species are a type of symbiosis. Symbiosis can be beneficial for both organisms, which is called mutualism. Mutualism means beneficial for both organisms. Beneficial for one organism while not affecting the other, which is commensalism. Are you understanding? Friendship with benefits to both side benefit, so it is mutualism. Friendship with one side benefit is commensalism. Do you know? I have I have one friend. Okay, I have one friend. Uh, her name is she is my colleague. She is my colleague. Okay, her name is Divya. Okay, she is a very good colleague. Right now, also just I said good morning to her. She said good morning to me. She is so we are colleagues means naturally we are friends. Okay, but I don't know how this is happening. So whenever I request or I wish some blessings to my other personal work, if she say okay, all the best, Naresh sir, God bless you, or it will become positive. So the result is 100% positive. And I don't know when whatever I say or in generally, she is a little bit bad luck about her own work. Okay, but whenever I request, madam, please do this, I will get some result. So immediately I will get the result. Okay, ma'am, you just say positively. That's it. I will get the positive result. Okay, so this is commensalism. So I am the only person getting all benefits. Okay. So once I said that, ma'am, I should get money from this person. It is very tough. He is not giving. No, Naresh sir, they will give. They will give. Don't worry. So by evening they will give. Okay. So she is my lucky friend. So all lucky is happening to me only. But her fate is very bad. A little bit. She is getting some problems, unable to solve. Okay. So I say no problem, ma'am. It will become good only. So don't think it bad. Okay. So this is commensally. Only one friend is getting benefit. Another is deliberately making a positively also. It is not going positive to another person. Okay. And the mutualism means it's a mutual. It's a mutual benefits. Okay. For example, we can say the pet dogs. I can say but oh, it is not commensalism. It is two different organisms. Okay, she is male and I am the female. It could be different organism, but both are humans only. It might not be different. Okay, but particularly if we take pet dogs and pet animals, so it is one side beneficial. Okay, so we need some security. They need some food only. Okay, they need some food and they need some their security. Okay. So pet dog means more only I believe that only one side benefit of pet dogs and pet animals in order to get mental relax and all. Okay. So that is mutualism means both sides. Commensalism means one side, but the other side is not harmful. Okay. So that's why I compared my friendship with him is as a commensalism. Okay. So beneficial one organism and harmful for the other is parasitism. Beneficial for one organism, it is just like pet birds. I can say chickens. Okay. So in the rural India, the people will grown up their farms as the chicken birds and all. So after certain time they will kill them and they will make a chicken food. Okay. So that is, they are also pet animals, but one side is not, it's harmful to others. And we take their eggs, it is harmful. Okay, so that is parasitism between two different organisms, or harmful to one organism with no benefits to other. So one side is no benefit, another one is harmful, and living together, that is the most important. Okay, so that is amensalism. Amensalism. So we have four cases: mutualism, both side benefits; commensalism, one side benefit but not harmful to other; parasitism is one side benefit, one side is harmful; and amensalism is no side benefit but one side harmful. So these kind of things, and each organism involved in the interaction is called uh, Okay, each organism involved in this in the interaction is called symbiont. Okay, symbiont. And symbiotic relationship can be further classified into obligate symbiosis and facultative symbiosis. Obligate symbiosis is necessarily for survival, and facultative symbiosis beneficial but not necessary for the survival. There are survival benefits are also there. Okay, there are survival benefits by depending on other. For example, pet dog, you can see. If we don't feed them as it is pet, do you know the dog's culture is different in the society, in the residential areas. One dog is not allow any other dog in that area. That is a problem. So their existence of living is most important. They shout and they send them out until they leave that area. The dogs will follow the other dogs also. Okay, humans, we know we will give some rent and we'll stay some time in other flats and all, but they don't allow. Okay, okay, so that is for survival benefits. Survival benefits. So in the survival benefits, it is obligate symbiosis, and facultative symbiosis is not necessary for the survival case. Okay. So here some table has been given types of symbiosis is mutualism benefits both organisms. See anemone and clownfish. Okay. The anemone provides the shelter and protection for the clownfish, and the clownfish provides the nutrients for the anemone. Okay, it is example. So I generally compared with very domestic and our human thinking. I just compared. So he is giving in the example, so it is proper observation and research study. And commensalism benefits for one organism while not affecting the other. Shark and remora. So remora are small fish that feed on the scraps of prey dropped by the shark. Okay. In this situation, remora benefit with no effect on the shark. The as the remora is also feed on parasites on the shark. This relationship can also be mutualistic because both species are beneficial. Okay, and parasitism, harming other head lice and human. So head lice and human. So they are the head lice in the head, so, and human head lice are parasitic insects and live on the human scalp and feed on blood. So they drink blood. Okay. The least benefit while the human is harmed. They are living on our head. They are harming us, and they are living. Okay, so that is parasitism. Okay, and amensalism means harms one organism with no benefit to other. So there is no benefit. Okay, plant species and water birds. Plant species are often damaged and killed at waterbird and nesting sites due to the high levels of potassium, nitrogen, and phosphorus in their droppings. This interaction harms the plants but not affect their water birds. Okay, so maybe it is a different kind of penetration. I think they harms the other, but there is no benefit. So this is mentalism. So there is, I think there's a one more. Okay. So now mutualism, both side benefits. Mutualism means the symbiosis pattern that benefits both organisms, and some of the most common partners in mutualism are unicellular algae. Unicellular algae. Okay, the bright colors of corals and green of some hydra and brilliant blues in the mantles of giant calms are produced by the algae living in the animal's tissues and all. There are several. There is mutual benefits. One is living by the algae, and the other things on the in the in the in the situation. Okay, so I think the concept you understood clearly. Is it clear? Okay. So now it's a general example. It is another example. What is this? Giant clam and unicellular algae have mutualistic relationship. Okay, the fruit of desert uh, quandong or Australian native peach are eaten by emus, and both species beneficial from the mutualistic relationship. The emus benefit from the eating and the fruit, and the quine dog benefits by having its seeds dispersed. Okay, seeds dispersed. Okay, next. Okay, so it's a pollination. There is a pollination. It is pollination. Pollination is a transfer of pollen from an another in the male part of flower to the stigma in the female part of the flower. Animals that transfer pollen are called pollinators and are in the mutualistic relationship with the plant. Okay, so pollination is, do you know the flowers, the the what I can say, the reproduction of the flowers. Okay, so it will form pollination. It is very, you can see in the plants and all. Sometimes the pollination is externally happens. Okay, for example, insects flies from one flower to another flower na? So while moving one flower to another flower, they takes a powder which is yellow kind of powder and all. So those are the gems. It goes to male gems or female gems. It goes to one place to another place. In that, their reproduction will happen. So that is particularly in the flowers. In the flowers, okay, we can see. That's the same example. An insect is in the flower. Okay, so you can see many flowers plants have anthers and stigma on different flowers. So pollen needs to be transported from one flower to another flower. Pollen means that is a powder. Okay, so that's powder. It is the for plants such as grasses. This happens by wind dispersal. So for the grass, na, so with the wind also, that's the pollination process happens. But many plants rely on the animals to do this for them. The wide variety of colors and scents in flowers are often due to the plants needing the attract particular pollinator, because insects are more sensitive to blue and yellow wavelengths for light. So I said no, that's the yellow flower or blue flower. Okay, so that powder will be is the process of pollination. Okay, so flowers with insect pollinators are usually these colors. Insects also have a well-developed sense of smell. So insects pollinated flowers usually emit a pungent scent. However, these are not necessarily pleasant. The carrion flowers of a desert angiosperm, see, a desert angiosperm attracts fleas by emitting the smell of rotting meat. Okay, so it is this is so this flower releases a smell. It is a kind of rotting meat. Okay, so it is needed to needed to send the angiosperm. Okay, birds such as hummingbirds are also efficient pollinators and attracted to red and yellow flowers. Flowers pollinated by fruit-eating bats emit scents similar to the ripe fruits. Depending on how the species interacts, pollination can be either obligate, that's for the survival purpose, or facultative for the non-survival purpose. It's a mutual. Okay. So due to this pollination, so one is beneficial to both sides, because the fleas come to their food, and while going to one flower to another flower, the pollination process will happen. Do you know the pollination process? Okay. The huh. So bees flies from one plant to another plant. Na? So while flying, so the huh, they transfer from one plant to another plant, male to female or female to male. That kind of things happen, and with that, the reproduction will be formed. Okay, so that is mutual for both sides. So next, bacteria and coral bleaching. So it is also in the deep sea. in the deep sea. I want to explain this explanation of the pig only. Coral polyps have a mutualistic relationship with unicellular algae. Algae is unicellular, particularly. Okay, the photosynthesis algae live inside the coral polyps, providing them with nutrients, and the coral polyps provide the shelter for the algae. Or bleached coral bleaching occurs when the photosynthesis algae are uh, ex- expelled from the coral under stressful conditions. Warming ocean temperatures and bacterial infections are linked to coral bleaching. Okay, so it is some kind of another kind of algae development. Okay, so here also we can see the mutualism. Okay, here also we can see a kind of benefit of two different groups. Okay. Coral live in a symbiotic relationship with unicellular algae called zooxon, zooxanthellae. The photosynthesis algae provides the food for the coral polyps and give corals their color. Okay, the photosynthesis in the algae, which helps the coral polyps, okay, which provides the food for coral polyps and give the coral their colors, and the coral polyps produce the hard skeleton for calcium carbonate, which was the home for the both organisms. Okay, so can you see? Okay, so here the algae provides a food for this coral polyps, and this coral polyps provides the highly strong calcium carbonate. It's a hard carbonate. So they are living together, beneficial together. Okay. So this is a kind of mutualism. Okay. Symbiosis. Okay. Next, obligate and facultative. One is survival, one is not for survival. Okay. There are two types of mutualism: obligate mutualism and facultative mutualism. Obligate mutualism is when both species are completely dependent on each other for survival and reproduction. I use this word. Sometimes it is used for reproduction and survival. Reproduction is nothing but same survival. Okay, one cannot survive without the other. One cannot survive without the other. So many pollination relationships are examples for obligate mutualism. Okay, yucca plant rely exclusively on yucca moths to move pollen from one plant to another plant. Okay, if there is no pollen movement, there is no growth. They will die. Okay, so they will die. So and intern of moth depend on the flower safe place hatch eggs. Okay, so these are the dependency of the two different species. Okay, so I can see uh, an SCM of mycorrhizal fungus on the soybean root. Soybean root. So there is a fungus in soybean root. So it is in the soybean root. Okay, fungus in the soybean root. And the second one you can see mycorrhizal fungi growing in association with the roots of small-leaved lime tree. Telechodatas symbiotic fungi are found in growing on the root of most trees. Many will not grow properly unless the appropriate fungus is present. Okay, so all fungus are not bad. Some good fungus, some good bacteria, some good virus are also there. So due to that, it helps the plants even in the root areas. Okay. So there is one more here. He's explaining a yucca plant in Texas, USA. Yucca plants have an obligate mutualistic relationship with yucca moth. Okay. So there are two different. One is for the survival, another one is for the not mandatory, not necessary for the survival. Okay. And it is facultative mutualism. It is not necessary for the survival. Okay. So, facultative mutualism when both species benefit from the interacting but do not rely on each other for their survival. Okay, it is for the just like you can think it is entertainment. Okay, sometimes entertainment also without entertainment also the people will live. Okay, sometimes proto cooperation. Some species are able to rid themselves of harmful parasites through facultative mutualism. For example, tick birds and oxpecker stand on a cattle. Oh! This is also there are several. There are several. Do you know some birds will eat the small insects which is laying on birds. Okay, it's laying on birds, which laying on animals. Okay, so for example, tick birds and oxpecker. Oxpecker. It's an animal. And see here, this is an oxpecker. It is eating some insects on the on the on the ox or on the big bullocks. Okay, so it will depends on other, but not necessary. It is not for that's for the survival. This bird can also live with other resources of the food. This ox is also can live on other resources of the food, but giving shelter and they are getting both side beneficials. Okay, and even do you know what is that crocodile? Okay, sometimes some kind of fishes will help the crocodile by eating the bacteria in their mouth. At that time the crocodile will not eat them. Okay, so this is beneficial to both sides, not important of the survival. That is dependency. Okay, so I said that this kind of it's a pollinator. Okay, it's a bee. Honey bee is a common insect pollinator that has facultative mutualism with many plants. Okay, facultative mutualism. What is facultative mutualism? It is not for the survival benefit. Okay, so they can live without this food also, but while moving, so they can take these pollens with along with them to another plant. Okay, to another plant while jumping. So this pollination, so it is a reproduction of the plant, reproduction of plant through flowers. That kind of things will be happen. So this is facultative mutualism. This is facultative mutualism. Okay, moving to the next one. So there is a biolife. Some he is giving some example. Okay, commensalism or mutualism. The relationship between clownfish and the sea anemones is often said as commensalism. The clownfish gains protection. See, these are gaining protection. These fishes are gaining protection by these anemones. The clownfish gains the protection in the stinging tentacles, and the sea anemones appears not to benefit. Okay, so the fishes will hide behind these tentacles. Tentacles. Okay, so there is no benefit for the tentacles, but these fishes will benefit. They save. They live. They save their life. Okay. However, the clownfish feeds in small bits and food come in the contact with the tentacles. Okay. If any other small kind of objects will come, these fishes eat. So this is commensalism, one type of help. Okay. Just like with my friend. Okay. So it is an example. Next, mutualism and honey guide bird. Okay. Mutualism means both side benefits. Okay. So in 1974 film Animals Are Beautiful People popularized the idea of the African greater honey guide bird indicator. So leads the honey badger to wild beehives. Scientists have to study it. The behavior of these animals suggests this is extremely unlikely. Okay. However, there is a proven relationship between honey guides, birds, and human, which have probably evolved over thousands of years. The bird gives a distinctive call that it indicates it known as location of beehives. Oh. Sometimes it will be third party help. Do you know? So while in forest ranges, the indigenous people, while they go hunting, they depends upon their pet dogs, the wild dogs. Okay, sometimes while going to the hunting in the forest, so they depends upon the other third party animals, just like dogs, wild dogs. Okay, they protect themselves and they also give the direction where the food is available. Are you understanding? Okay, next, it's a commensalism. Okay, so this is commensalism. What is this? It is a all many birds can do their house, can make their house on trees. What is this? Many old species nest in tree hollows where it is relatively safe during the day, and this is an example of commensalism. Okay, because of all benefits, and tree does not harm. We are not harming tree, and it is this natural many birds are living in this area. So it is neither harming the tree, and but the owl is getting the shelter. Okay, this is commensalism. Okay, I think it's a clear concept to understood that uh, about this kind of information. Harmful interaction. Okay, so there is a parasite. Harmful interaction. Harmful interactions are those which only one species benefits, the other species harmed. Okay, in the result of the interaction, just like chicken feeding at homes in the of rural rural areas. In parasitism, one species, the parasite, benefits the other species, the host is harmed. Okay. Do you know woodpecker? Woodpecker is an example for the parasitism. Okay, woodpecker makes the hole to a tree and they make the shelter. It harms the other and this is getting benefit. And there is no other benefit to the tree. Okay. So ectoparasites such as ticks and mosquitoes live on or outside the host. Endoparasites such as parasitic fungi and wood borders live inside the host. The parasite obtains the food from the host but does not necessarily kill it. The type of harm parasites causes the host varies, but many include the following effects: shorten the lifespan, impaired functions such as digestion, photosynthesis, and reproduction, less ability to withstand stress and such as drought or cold, greater vulnerability to predators. Okay, so this is harming. I think it's a bird, which is it is a bird or any insect. Okay, it is epiphytes form commensal relationship with the tree they grow on. Okay, so it is beneficial both sides. It is commensalism. Okay, so but and take nutrients and water from them. Okay, so they are living on the other. They're taking the nutrients and water of the tree, and the humans mostly the uh, humans are what is this, the humans are parasites. Okay, next, amenalism. Amensilism refers to the association between the species in which inhabited or killed and other species unaffected. Okay, so the other person will be killed or damaged. Okay, so these are the things. They are living together. They are eating grass. Okay. So larger animals such as sheep and cattle trample the damage of grass but are unaffected by the relationship. Still the grass is growing. The cattle are eating. Okay. Next, cormorant can kill vegetarian, but this does not benefit the birds. Both sides interactions or forms an amensalism. Okay. So one is killing, but another is living, but still the grass is growing up and it is developing. So it is natural observation. Okay, so we'll go into the next one. Complex relationship ants, plants, and aphids. And so this is also one kind of ecosystem. So everything is a kind of ecosystem only. We are studying the ecology, how the ecosystem is developing, how one is dependent on other, how one is disturbing the other, how the predator spares are making the situations, even in the benefits of same group or even in the same benefits from the other group. We are killing. Both are no benefits. Both have benefits. One side benefit with no other benefit, and one side benefit with the harm to the other. Okay, so there are several examples feeding interdependencies. So all we can see what kind of example it is. All organisms in an ecosystem require energy to survive. Some organisms can create the food on their own, but the other needs to consume specific types of food from the particular environment. Okay. See, can you see all organisms in the ecosystem? See, in order to maintain the ecosystem, there are four things are main. Four main things. Energy. Okay. Energy. Next, reproduction, recycle, tissues. So they are the main four parts of the any biotic or abiotic. We have seen, I think, in the last biology class. Okay, four things are mandatory. One is energy is mandatory. Another one is reproduction is mandatory. The third one is recycle. Recycle is mandatory. And the fourth, without recycle, the system can't exist. And the fourth one, tissues, the exits, the outputs are also important. Okay, then only one organism will sustain in the ecosystem. So here, all organisms in the ecosystem require the energy to survive. Some organisms can create their own food. Some organisms can create their own food. Those are called autotrophs, plants. They create their own food with the photosynthesis. But other needs to consume specific type of food. Okay, specific type of food. So from the particular environment, from a particular environment, heterotrophs. Some organisms feed on plants, some feed on insects or other animals, and the other feed on dead and decaying material. Also, all organisms are consumed by at least one other organism. Okay. Same, it is vegetarian and non-vegetarian. So the plants depends on the sunlight only, but the other organisms or depends on the second other. Okay, you can see this is a panda. It's a Chinese panda. Okay. So without bamboos they can't live. Without bamboos they can't. They can take. See, can you see what is this? It needs to eat about 10 kg of variety types and growth stages of bamboo plants a day. Okay, bamboo plants a day. Such a specialist diet has made the panda very vulnerable and habitat destruction. Okay, if you do specialist diet, if you do specialist diet means one particular kind of diet if you provide, it's vulnerable to them. They needs eat about 10 kg of various types and growth stages of the bamboo, various types and growth stages of bamboo. Okay, they have to eat the leaves and the even for the stem also various levels of the bamboo they have to eat. One particular kind of food is not grow will not give the full length nutrients to the body of the panda. Okay, so it's a sea otters have a feeding relationship with the sea urchins, which important for the ecosystem balance in the northern and eastern North Pacific Ocean. Okay, so next to this is living eucalypt. Okay, another biological action. Okay, managum, Eucalyptus viniminis, vamp, swamp gum, and river red gum are the home of the koala, which eats leaves of a restricted number of eucalypt species. Okay, so it is biological terminology only he used. So it is another case. It is another case of the same dependency of ecosystem. So next it is food chain. Okay, it is a food chain. A food chain links organism. Food chain means it is a chain. It's a chain. There is a. It is a chain means it is cycle. So in the ecosystem, the cycle is important. Okay, ecosystem, the cycle is important. So a food chain links the organism according to their feeding relationships. The two main groups of organisms in a food chain are producers and consumers. There is a food. One is producer, one is consumer. Okay. Producers are autotrophs, consumers are heterotrophs, means they depend upon other organisms to sustain, to survival. The energy of producers, which are plants, which are autotrophs, I said plant stores their food by photosynthesis, but other organisms eat their food. Okay, so that is consumer and producer, which is heterotrophs and autotrophs as producers. Okay, the food chain. See, this is a bird. Okay, so we should come here. So this is a grass. It is a algae. Okay, it is a leaf. Okay, and these were taken. This is a food for the crustaceans. Normally, general other most of he given one particular organism, but in generally, and it's a leaf chewing insect, and these were eaten by the other. These will are herbivores. These are the herbivores. These are the herbivores. Till now, here herbivores. They take the food from the plants or grass or algae. Okay, so these are the vegetarians. But now carnivores will come. Carnivores predators. So fish and shink. So these takes the food of these insects. So when these insects have come, then it's a carnivores, and these birds eat these. And here we can write one more person. It's a human. Human will eat these birds and all other cases. Okay, or any other animals may also eat these kind of fishes. Okay, and human also we also take a feed of fishes and other animals. So this is a chain. Okay, so it is simple. It is general example, general explanation only. Plants and algae in a pond and eucalypt tree in a forest play an important role as first link in the food chain. If this first link is not happening, then the other dependencies will die, and the other dependency is the first and primary stage. Okay, so the manufacturer their own food by photosynthesis. Okay, last 1 hour I'm saying that plants develop their food by photosynthesis. If you can see, this will be helpful in the in the plants and plant cell mm, concept. So the plants will store their food in several parts of the food. Some kind of plants store their food in the roots. Some kind of plants store their food in the stem. Some kind of plants they store their food in the leaves. Some kind of flowers. Some kind of fruits. Okay, okay, and some kind of in the basically roots. Do you know in Kerala they drink colored water? Okay, they boil the water with some particular kind of roots. So then that becomes a red color, reddish in color or some colors. Okay, and so the food storage in plants is totally different phenomena. So and we take different kinds of food. So we eat banana, which is a food. We eat sugarcane, which whose food storage in the stem. We take palak. Palak is of leaves only. Okay, and we eat the carrot and other root beans. Potato is going is a it's a in roots only it develops. Okay, even we eat the seeds. Okay, even we eat the seeds. That is the rice. We can change the seeds also useful. They store their food in the seeds. Okay, so all these are food chains. Okay, and next it is consumers. You can he's giving different examples only. All organisms that are not producers are called consumers. They are heterotrophs, and means heterotroph means it depends on the others. So that is they obtain their energy by consuming or other organisms. These are six type of consumers. Herbivores, they take only plants and grass or algae. Carnivores, non-vegetarians. Parasites, it harms the other and the lives. Okay. Scavengers, detritivores, and decomposers. Okay. So these I think we didn't see up to just it is his this. So they are the scavenger, detritivores, and decomposers. Okay, these are the and consumers are further classified primary, secondary, tertiary, quaternary. Means they are the levels previously we have seen. So it is a primary. These are the primary. Okay, they are the primary. They are the secondary. They are the tertiary. That is the quaternary. Okay, so quaternary, depending on where they fit into the food chain. In the eucalyptus insects, so it is he explained the same thing. Okay, consumers can classify it according to the type of organisms they feed. Okay, predator prey food, predator prey food chain. So predator prey is just repetition of these two. One is predator, one is prey. One is predator, one is prey. Okay. So many food chains are predator prey food chains. A simple example from a pond is a catfish that feeds on crustaceans, dolphin, and that feeds on algae. The food chain linking kookaburra and stink insect eucalyptus and is also example of predator prey chain one. Okay. So one is attacks the other. See, this is a catfish. This is a this is a catfish. It takes different kinds of other food. Okay. Parasite host food chain. That's the parasite host food chain. No, I want to read this particular point. Predators usually eat prey smaller than themselves. The hawk preys upon the animals in the size of mouse and small rabbits. Predator prey food chain usually proceeds from the small organism to large organism. Okay. Next, parasite host food chain. Parasite host food chain. Look a little different from the predator prey food chain. Parasite host food chains are have a large organism, the host, okay, as a source of the food of smaller organism, the parasite. See, see, what is this? What is this? So it is a chain. Okay, so it is a chain, a chain. Tapeworm life cycle through food chain. Okay, so I think it is a previous case only. The size is increasing, no? The size is increasing. Okay, so the size is increasing. So predator prey. Normally, the predator prey model means the smaller size objects is are prey. The larger size objects are predators. Okay, so parasite host food chain is a little bit different from the predator prey food chain. Parasite host food chains have larger organism. Okay, parasite host is the largest. Okay, and the other person is smallest. Small organisms of parasites. Okay, parasites means who gets the benefit from the others, the host who gets benefit from the host. Okay, even do you know sea whales, a very big fish. Okay, there are small fishes which depends on this big fish. Okay, they eat the small objects, algae objects, or on the fish. Okay, so those kind of things. So he given number of examples. They are the daily life you can see. Herbivores means those who eat greenery vegetables. Herbivores feed on plants and the other producers. Catfish, swan, okay, honey eater, blue whale, okay, giraffe. So eat only food. Carnivores. Carnivores, they consume the other. It's non-vegetarian. They consume the other. They catch the live prey and call predator. The carnivores called predators. So this is eating. They kill it and they will eat. Okay. There are there are several examples of there. Carnivore means in order to get the food, in order to take the food, they depends on others. Okay. Human is a carnivore. We can't. Can we develop our own food? No. Plants are herbivores. They develop their own food. And no, herbivores means they're the those who eat vegetables, those who eat green things. Okay, they will not kill the other living organism. Of course, plant is also living organism, but it is not generally in this point of view. Okay, so parasites. What is this? What is this? Malarial mosquito. Malarial mosquito. Malarial mosquito. It is parasite. They drink blood and they give harm the human. So that is parasitism. Parasitism. And next we can see scavenger. Scavenger consume other dead animals. Okay. We need scavenger consumes the food from the other dead animals, not from the living organisms. Okay. Okay. And worms the food there from the okay. Worms will come later. Is it clear what is scavenger? Scavenger the food from other dead animals. They will not kill any other. They are not predator. Okay. So it's a vulture, it's a Tasmanian devil, planarian, flowworm, hyena. Hyena. This is a hyena. Okay, but it is wrong. It is here the hyena is eating the dead animal, but in general it is not. Of course, in the forest ecosystem, lions will not eat total food of the predator. So lion eat the important thing. The other animals will come later, just like hyena and fox. They eat the remaining body. Okay, and detritivores. Wait, just give me 1 second. Okay. Detritivores or detritivores feed on non-living organic material, including fruits, remains of dead plant and animals, and also waste that accumulates the detritus. Okay, detritivores are important because they physically break down organism material into smaller pieces. What is this meaning? What is this meaning? So they see scavengers they eat the dead animals. Detritivores, detritivores feed on non-living organic material. Okay, non-living organic material means they take the food. Okay, but from the non-living organic material, including fruits, remaining of dead plant. Okay, so I think it is non-living organism. Okay, it is non-living organic material. They take food as non-living organic material. So this is earthworm, earthworm. So it is living organism. Okay, they are taking living organism scavengers, but uh, these are these are very soft. Okay, these are just like you can say vegetarian and even more vegetarian. What we call them? Some people will not even drink milk. Vegan. So just like these are vegans, of course, here it is vegan is not suitable to what to explain them. So they will not take the living organic material. They will take the wastage. Okay, so they're also useful. They are most useful because these worms. If you think these worms, it creates a lot of rich to the soil. Okay, due to earthworms, the soil will rich. Okay, the water, the earth will easily absorb the water. Other organisms also beneficial to these earthworms. Okay, and decomposers. So it is a more. Okay, decomposers break down the decomposed and decomposed. So here it is not decomposed. Decomposed means it's useless. Okay, decomposers are break down and then consume non-living organic material. That become the secret of enzymes over the non-living. It's a bacteria and fungus. After decomposition, also the bacteria will develop, the fungus will develop even after the decompose. Decompose means it is not feedable. Okay, so all these are there. All these are, I want to just read this para. Decomposers break down or decompose and then consume non-living organic material. They they secrete the secret enzymes over the non-living organism material, breaking it down into inorganic compounds such as carbon dioxide, nitrogen, and phosphate. Some of these inorganic compounds are absorbed by the decomposer organism that feed in this way is called scaprotroph. Some compounds escape into the environment, including the pond water, soil, pond water, soil, and air. Do you know pond water? It will dry and decompose in the air, decompose the good air. Okay. So here inorganic compounds and then available to the producers to as nutrients and food cycle is closed. Now here food cycle will be closed. There is no further. Once decomposition is also completed, there is nothing will remain. Okay. There is nothing will remain. So this make decomposers that last link in food chains. This make decomposers that last. It's a last chain. Okay. Is this clear? It is an important. Try to understand this page, 22 page number. Try to understand this page. It will give a lot of information. Okay. So now the life cycle of many true decomposer food chain. So he's explaining more. He's explaining more. Okay. He's explaining more. In temperature forests, in temperate forests, only 10% of plant material is eaten directly and each year by herbivores. In temperate forest, 10% of the plant material is eaten by herbivores. Then what about the 100% remain? Much of the plant material falls as leaf litter, okay, dead leaves, dead branches, fallen tree trunks, debris will be on the road then. Okay, see there. So this is a plant. This is a plant. Greenery is only 10%. Those are by herbivores. Okay, and it is a leaf and leaf litter. And with the temperature, there is a fungus. There is there is there is another food will develop, and then after that, it goes to decomposer. Okay, and detritivores will eat only the non-living organisms of the wastage of the even in the debris. And predator, they eat this eaten by the predator. This is a total chain. It is a total chain here to here to here to here. Okay, so detritivores, decomposers, food chain. Detritivores to decomposer. Okay, so dead roots in the soil and remains dead animals are major sources of the food of detritivores, such as snails, worms, termites, springtails, millipedes, and mites. I don't know this terminology, termites and springtails and millipedes and mites. We'll see. There are another kind of organisms. Okay, and decomposers are fungi, and bacteria. Fungi and bacteria are decomposers. After decomposing, they will take that as food. Okay, detritivore or and decomposers of food chain are most abundant forest. It will be happen in the abundant forest, or abundant forest means while the debris will be on the road on the ground itself. The other thing, when the debris is on the ground, Automatically it goes to decompose, and then another kind of bacteria, fungus will develop. Then the cycle again will back. Okay. So they're also important in aquatic ecosystem. This is also important. Okay, where detritus, organic waste material builds up on the bottom of a pond or lake or bay. So everything is important. Okay. Do you know mushroom? Do you know mushroom? How the mushroom develop? It's a fungi. From the fungi, the mushroom is developing. Okay, and do you know fungi and bacteria will depends. They called as a decomposer. Fungi and bacteria are decomposers. Okay, from the decomposers, they become the mushroom. They develop as mushroom. Okay, this is the ecosystem. This is the eco chain. It is okay. So this is the eco chain. So detritivores to dead animals to decomposers, and here detritivores and predators. So everything from this we have another life cycle is redeveloping from the detritus. Okay. So next decomposer. He's explaining the same thing. He's explaining the same thing. Decomposers. Decomposers are final link in the cycle of manner in the ecosystem. Okay, okay. So I want to just explain this image. Okay, so it is bacterial in soil, and from this we will get fungi. Okay, and this is it is from the it's chain. It's chain. From this fungi, somewhere we'll get food, cabbage, caterpillars, shrew, and magpie and hawk, and again it goes. So when it is dies, it will come like this after die. Okay. So it is a chain in the it is ecosystem. It is ecosystem in the forest. Ecosystem is abundant forest. Okay, abundant forest. So decomposers can use these materials and transform them into simple inorganic compounds such as carbon dioxide, water, and hydrogen sulfide, ammonia. So these compounds can use okay even I got ammonia means how methane gas how the earth is there. Do you know um, what happens in the billions of years ago? The billions of years ago, do you know why this why this oil is available in the Middle East? Billions of years ago. So the debris of all forests is joined together, and the animals died sometimes. Their debris and their waste is situated in one collected in one place, and they went to inside the earth. Okay, and internally the entire the ecosystem developed, and with that the gas is formed. Okay, and how the alcohol will made. Do you know how the alcohol will be produced? I will look into it. I will give you I will suggest you to how the alcohol will be fermentation. It is a fermentation. What is fermentation? It is it's a reverse cycle from the fungi and bacteria. Okay, it is a fermentation. It is a okay. Aniket Gupta. Yeah. Okay. Okay. Just give me a second. Okay, it's a fermentation process. Okay, it is the same. It is the same thing. The same thing. It's after we wastage of these fruits and all, we will collect. We will produce this kind of alcohol and other material. Okay. So next, it is dung for dinner. Can you see? It is a dung. It's a cow dung. There is a cow dung dinners are also there. For example, on the rural road, if you see anywhere in the cow dung, okay, it will die. It is a wastage. But the cow dung eaters are also there in our society. A lot of land in Australia is devoted to sheep and cattle agriculture. Okay, cattle agriculture is devoted. Okay, so this has led to excessive amounts of sheep and cattle dung in arid and semi-arid environments. The dung dries out before it be broken down. It will be dry up. Okay, so the fungi and bacteria might only be active during wetter period. So when the dung is in the wet situation, the fungi and only bacteria. As a result, dung accumulates on the ground surface and is been breeding ground and bush flies. So in that, from that is also there will be some flies will come. Okay, okay, some flies will come. It is common process. Okay. So other types of it breeds, it creates, it's a new birds, new flies will develop from that down when it is it wet. Before it wets, before it dry up, when it is wet, so the fungi bacteria will come. Or even I will you can it's a natural process. I will tell you. Take 2 to 3 liters of water in particular bowl. Okay, and leave it them. What happens after 2 months? After some time, the algae will develop, and after some time, a small kind of fishes or like insects will develop. Okay, okay. So that is common. Okay, so that is detritivores. Okay, detritivores to decomposers to another things. Okay, this is a food web. This is a food web from here to here and here, and this is a rabbit, and they will eat, and all they will eat. Okay, it's a food chain, it's a food web. Okay, so again, it is tropic levels. It's tropic levels according to the climate situation. The things will be happen. Tropic levels, the tropic levels. Okay, again, to the same situation he explained. So ecological detectives analyzing diet in food. See, it's a cow dung. Okay, waste will come again here also. It is total dung. Okay, he is giving an examples only. So it is a review and summary. So you understood something concept from my explanation. Okay, so a little bit review is required in order to, from your side. Okay, have a look into it. And oral, it's a read over, not read through. So it is, this is the next chapter. It is ecological niches. Okay, ecological niches. The species includes all interactions with biotic and abiotic factors in the ecosystem. This includes the resources it needs for food and shelter, as well as its ability to survive the reproduce. It includes both how population responds to the factors and all. We can see in the next class. Okay. Okay. So I would like to stop here. So I can say so. It is 11.4, 11.1 is completed. Okay. So, 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 it is not in-depth botany. Okay. So botany, you can see cell and plant cell and almond cell, each and everything will be there. It is general. It's a general biological ecosystem of the climate. Okay. So here It's general discussion only will happen. So you have to understand how the changes are there. So right now I will stop here. So very good, very good, very good. I will do. But what is the uh, okay. Mm-hmm. Okay, okay. We'll go. I will review your textbook. Okay. So that could be interesting. Even that could be more interesting. This is a general. It is a little bit boring. That could be a generalist. There might be some even cell concept, cell division. That's in general I'm saying. So that is you feel it's a proper biology. Okay. So right now you might feel it is a basic story. Okay. It is environmental study. This is environmental study. Okay. So this is totally environmental science only till now. So this is the case. So let's stop now. Okay. And it is around 11 o'clock. We started. It is 11 to 12, 12 to 1:30. It's 2.5 hours. Okay. So let me stop my stream first. Okay. So it's end.